I have Jermaine Todd here as my assistant or my helper here with the chat. So thanks, Jermaine, for jumping on with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So if you have any questions during our session, please feel free to add them to the chat, and Jermaine will answer those questions. And if needed, he's going to let me know if we have a bunch of the same questions so I can kind of pipe in and help out. Okay, so today, we're going to have an hour and a half together, and today's session is interactive. So you are going to be, I'm going to give you some time to kind of step away and do some things and then come back with us. I'll put some timers on to make it a little bit easier. And at the end of today's session, you are going to get, in the chat, I'm going to put a Google form for you to fill out for attendance, for you to fill out. So please stick with us to the end so that you can get that attendance form. So without further ado, okay. Oh, really quick, I have our Twitter handles here. We would love for you to follow us so that we can follow you back on Twitter, and we can really build our PLN within Northside. My Twitter handle is at TechCoachRobles, and Jermaine's Twitter handle is at JToddNISD. So take a moment to follow us if you aren't already. We'd love to follow you back. I always like to start with our NISD curriculum and instruction vision. It has been updated recently, and the newest version is every day, every student grows in confidence, curiosity, and capability. And I just love that curiosity piece, especially when it comes to virtual reality, because I really feel like we're kind of getting the kids excited and curious about what they're going to be learning about when we incorporate that virtual reality. So I'm excited for today because I think we have some really fun programs that you're really going to like and that your kids are going to like as well. Some norms for today, just using your technology for your learning. Again, we are going to have an active session, so I would really appreciate it if you guys all participate and try things out, because we know that we learn best by actually doing things rather than, just consuming and just sitting there listening. So we wanted to make sure to give y'all some opportunities to try things out, so that if you have questions, we're right there and we can help you and answer your questions as we go. Reflecting on your learning, and of course, what's learned here leaves here. Our agenda for today, we're going to talk about the why. We're going to talk about why using VR with our students is purposeful and meaningful and exciting for them. We're going to explore some YouTube 360 videos. And yesterday in this session, everybody was just blown away. People didn't realize that YouTube had the 360 videos. So I'm excited to incorporate that and show you how you can use that in the classroom as maybe a hook for your lesson. And again, getting kids engaged and excited. And then the bulk of our session today will be spent on Google Tour Creator. And this is a program that allows kids to actually create VR, like I guess a trip or a tour, and it incorporates those 360 images, which is pretty cool, where you can see all the way around. So we'll get to that about halfway through our session. So what is virtual reality? Some of you maybe have dabbled in a little bit of virtual reality. Maybe you've seen the headsets like the Oculus. I want you to know that you can still do virtual reality without the headsets. So the headsets make it really immersive, but we can definitely use the iPads and even use the Chromebooks or computers and students can still experience that immersiveness. So virtual reality is basically an immersion into a digital experience that replaces our reality. So it kind of makes you feel like you're in that space. And typically it incorporates 360-degree images or videos. So by 360 degrees, I mean, you can look all the way around and you can see that entire space all the way around. So let's talk a little bit about why we want to use VR in the classroom. Yes, it's fun, but it also has a purpose. It also has, there's definitely a reason why we want to use it. We want to engage our kiddos. And just a little kind of side note, the things I'm going to show you today could be used as part of in-person learning or distance learning. I know we don't know a lot about what is going to happen in the fall, but I want you to know that you could use these programs either way. It brings in that authentic real world learning experiences, kind of again makes them feel like they're there, gets kids talking and interacting, helps kids develop empathy. That might be one that maybe you didn't think of, but there's some videos that I've seen where it kind of places you in someone's like in their person and their footsteps to kind of feel what it's like to be them. And then, of course, as a lesson hook, another thing that I think is going to be even more important this year than any other year is maybe some of those field trip type VR activities, because we're not really sure. I imagine there's not going to be a whole lot as far as field trip goes. Field trips go this year, which I'm kind of bummed about for my son. But it is what it is, but we can still provide some of those experiences to our kids with VR field trips. So I have some great resources for you to take and use this coming year for that as well. Here are just a couple other. I loved this graphic from Duckworth. She creates these little graphics, and one of the ones that we're going to really use today is allowing the kids to create VR content. And again, we're using that Google Tour Creator as our creating tool. Let's see, developing empathy, we talked about some of the careers and that kind of thing we can experience as well. Promoting that curiosity and wonder, which again is part of our curriculum and instruction vision. So I did want to mention before we dive into our 360 YouTube videos that we are making really great connections to our Tier 1 commitments. Those are those commitments that all of us Northside teachers have committed to use those high quality and high impact strategies that are backed by John Hattie's research. So the one that really stood out to me that I felt like, really meshed well with this VR session is the commitment of engaging our students in real life, meaningful experiences. We know that real life connections increase student engagement, and we know that it makes the learning more meaningful to our students, and they're able to retain what they've learned better. Just kind of a little side note, the T-test standards that we're hitting today are T-test 1.1, which is your planning with standards and alignment, and T-test 2.2, content, knowledge, and expertise. So you're welcome to jot those down if you need some ideas of how you can beef up those areas of your T-test. The VR activities are excellent. So let's go ahead and dive into our YouTube 360 videos. I want to share with you, I know a lot of people don't realize that YouTube and the YouTube app already has tons of 360-degree videos that you can interact with. And I am going to give you some time in just a bit I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to give y'all time to actually explore those videos and see which videos might work in your content area. I notice in the chat we have all different grade levels, all different specialists. So I wanted to give you some time to explore those videos. But sure, first, I want to show you how to find the videos. And I'm going to share a playlist with you that has some really great videos. So I'm going to go ahead and go to that playlist. And I am just on regular YouTube. So YouTube. And one thing I want to point out is that I am signed in with my Northside credentials. So when we start getting into creating our own playlists and things like that, you'll want to make sure to just go to youtube.com and sign in with your Northside credentials. It will probably auto sign you in when you click sign in, like it will just have your email already there, since most of you are probably already on the portal. Now, one of the most awesome things about these 360 videos is that if you're using a mobile device, so if you're on your phone or your iPad and you have just the regular YouTube app, these videos are all going to be fully immersive, which means like you can hold your phone and you can turn all the way into 360 and you can see everything around you. And it's not just an image, it's a video. So that's super cool. So I'm going to just show you a couple of examples. Then I'm going to share this playlist with you. And I'm going to show you how to create your own playlist of YouTube videos that you can access at a later time. So let's dive in. I'm going to show you some of these videos. Okay, so here's one example. Now, real quick. Oh, guys probably, that's okay. You can't hear my sound, but that's okay. So again, since I'm on a computer, I will be using the hand to click and drag over the screen. But if you're on, I would love, if you have your phone handy, I would love for you to explore on your phone because it's super cool that way. Okay, so I'm just going to click play and I'm going to fast forward a little bit. So y'all can see the kids just go crazy. So I can see all the way around here. Ooh, look at that. Super cool. Okay, so you kind of get the idea there. It's fully immersive. It allows the kids to see all the way around. There's a lot here. You can see there's tons, but I just want to show you a couple as an example just to kind of get you started. Let me get through this ad. Now this one, again, I know you can't hear the audio from my computer right now because I don't have the Chrome tab shared, but this one is actually narrating all about these animals and, telling us about the lions and what's happening here. So some of the videos have some narration and others don't. Okay, so once I find some videos that I really like, I want to share with you how you can add those videos to a playlist because when you're like, I know me as a teacher, like I would find videos all the time and I didn't know about playlists back then. And so then the next year I would think, oh my gosh, I know last year I played this fabulous video and now I can't find it. So I'm going to show you how to fix that problem by creating your own playlist. So the number one thing you have to make sure of is, again, that you're signed in with your Google account. You should be able to find your your YouTube account by going to your Waffle, but I just like to go to youtube.com, click sign in at the top right, and then I'm ready to rock and roll. So once you're signed in, you can create a playlist. So let's say this lion video works directly with my content, and I want to make sure I save this for when we get back to school. And by the way, you can do your playlists for anything, not just the 360 videos. So right here, it says add to. I'm going to click that plus sign, and I already have some playlists here, but if I didn't have any playlists, what I would do is click create new playlists and then type in a title for the whole playlist. So like, let's say I want to do, I'm going to do 360 videos because I think I want to make sure I remember that those are those immersive videos because we know there's all kinds of videos on YouTube. And then I'm going to say that this one is going to be, this is going to be a science one. And I'm going to click create. You can make your playlists private or unlisted or public. I don't care if anyone sees my playlist. I'm just going to make that public and click create. And you can see that I've added that playlist and I've added this video to that playlist. So I want to show you another one to show you how to add a second video to the playlist. So let's see here. I don't know. I have a thing for sharks. I don't know if any of y'all watch Shark Week, but I love that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm watching this video. I think that this video is going to be perfect for my class. So if I want to save this video to a playlist, I'm going to come down here, click Add To, and now I can choose that playlist that I just created here, and you can see added to the playlist. Now, to find your playlist later, when you're, in the middle of your science unit that you need to show these videos, make sure you're signed in, and it goes cross-platform. So like, let's say you're on your phone and you're signed in with your Northside account, you can add things on your playlist there, then get on your computer, sign into your account, and those same videos will be there for you. So you can add them from, different computers or devices. I'm going to click here on these three lines, and then here where it says library, I'm going to click show more just to show you these are the items on my playlist. Here's the one I just created. Sorry, I created a similar one yesterday, but this is the one that I had just created, so I can go to it and I can find those videos that I just showed you. Okay, so one other tip. Now I am going to share this playlist with you. It has 69 different videos on it that I think will be helpful to you, and you can check those out. But you might be looking for other videos that are not on this playlist and maybe have a different topic. A tip for you when you're searching YouTube to find these 360 videos is to just include 360 video in the search. So for example, I might say 360 video Grand Canyon, and then I'll find some 360 videos of the Grand Canyon. So just adding that little 360 in there will help you out when you're searching. You might also do 360 video education. If you just search 360 video, you're going to get some really strange, some of them are kind of creepy. I want to warn you, I'm being honest with you. If you just type in 360 video and don't give any other, you might get some ones that are really strange. So you want to make sure that you're searching for things very specifically to find what you need. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to put the link to the playlist, the really cool playlist that I just showed y'all. I'm going to put that link into the chat so that you can explore that first, or whenever. And then I want you to search and see if you can find some other videos. And I want you to try to add some of those videos to a playlist that you are creating. So see if you can figure out how to add videos to a playlist. Make sure you're signed in. That's the key. And explore these videos and see what you find. When we're done, I'm going to put a timer, about 8 minutes, give you some time to do that. When we're done, what we're going to do is share an idea of how we might use a video in our class. So just kind of be thinking about a video that you saw that you thought really kind of went hand in hand with your content, so that you can share that with us. You don't have to share the actual video, just the idea for how you might use that or incorporate that into your classroom. Okay, so let me go ahead and put in the chat. How are we doing? Jermaine, are we good on questions? Are we good?
We had a question about if a video can be added to multiple playlists.
Yes.
My first answer was, I think yes, but I wanted to test that out before actually confirmed.
Yeah, let me just show you that. Good question. Okay, so what you would do is take a look here. When I click add to, so let's say I really like this video, click add to, and then you can see how I have lots of playlists here. Let's say this video is about frogs also. I can just check that too. And so now I have it on 2 playlists. So yes, you can add to multiple playlists or one video to multiple playlists. Okay, how do you get to your NISD YouTube? Go to just youtube.com, and at the top right, you're going to click sign in order to sign in to your Northside account. You can also go to your Gmail, and then I believe it's on the apps launcher. Let me just check and make sure. You click here on the apps launcher and then YouTube. And then it should auto sign you in there. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give you some time to do that. I'm going to stop talking. If you have questions, please pop them in the chat and we'll try to type out an answer for you. You have about 8 minutes to do that so that you can explore, find some videos that work for your content area. Remember, when you're searching for videos, just to type in 360 video in the search bar to help you with finding those specifically videos. All right, if y'all want to start making your way back, um, I want to address just a couple of questions with the whole group. We did have a question about where it says video not approved for NISD. So I just want to talk to y'all really quickly about that. Real quick, let me see if I can find one just to show you how to fix that. Of course, this one's, I'm going to just remove it. Okay, so let's say that I find, hold on, I'm going to get past the ad. Okay, so let's say again, I find this lion video, and this is true for any video on YouTube. If it says right underneath it, if it says video not approved for, oh, I'm sorry, I was not sharing the correct tab. Okay, now you should be able to see my YouTube now.
Was
If you
just about
see,
to tell you. Sorry about
thank you.
that.
No, 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 you're fine. I just that Chrome tab thing gets me every time. Okay, so when you're on YouTube, 360 videos, really any videos. If you notice that there's a video you want your kids to watch, but it says here at the bottom, video not approved for NISD.net, you're just going to just make sure you watch the video and make sure it's like good. And then you can just click approve. That's really important, and I'm glad somebody brought that up. It's really important because let's say that I post this video on my Google Classroom for my kids to watch. If I haven't done this, then, and they're using an NISD device, like at school or even at home, I think, it might be attached to the Wi-Fi. Now I can't remember, but it will not allow them to watch the video. It will say restricted. So make sure that if you find a video, again, that goes for any video, not just the 360 ones. Make sure that you click approve for that video so that your kids will be able to watch it if you post the link on Google Classroom or anything like that. Let me just check and see if there were any other questions. Oh, yes, I love that idea of using it as a station. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a waterfall activity where everybody just get in your head right now an idea of how you might use one of the videos that you saw. And what I want you to do is type out your message in the chat, but don't send it yet. And what we're going to do is I'm going to count down and we're going to all send our message at one time. It's going to be a waterfall of messages. And then we're going to be able to kind of browse those ideas for just a minute. So again, what you're doing right now is typing out a message for us of how you might use one of these videos, but don't send it yet. And I'm going to give y'all like, I don't know, a little bit longer to type in your little response.
Maybe like a minute.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, about 10 seconds left. Don't send it yet. We're going to all send it at the same time. All right, ready, set, send. All right, everyone send your messages. Oh, that's fun. Okay, now we're going to go back and we're going to take a look at what some ideas because I really think we can kind of leverage the group and see what everyone is thinking on how we might use this. Oh, I didn't see the Edwards Aquifer video. That's great. Use it as a writing prompt to get the kids excited. That's a cool idea. The landforms. Vocabulary. I love that idea of incorporating using the vocabulary. Very cool. There's some cool ideas here. Stations, writing prompts. All right, awesome. Okay, give you a couple more seconds to kind of look through those ideas, and then we're going to get started with our next program, which is Google Tour Creator. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started with our Google Tour Creator little tutorial. But I want to mention that I am going to be sharing this presentation with you, and I have some really great resources for you for after the fact, because I know I'm going to give you some time to try it out right now. But sometimes I know we might need some little reminders and of how to do this and that. And I found some really great tutorials. And actually, these tutorials are what I used when I learned how to use Tour Creator. So I felt like I might as well share those. There was no reason for me to create my own blog post on it when someone else did such a thorough job. So I'm going to pull that up, but I'm going to first show you what Tour Creator is all about. And then again, you're going to have some time to explore yourself. That way you can see, can really be hands-on with it and try it out. So I'm going to open a new tab here, and I'm just going to, and y'all can just stick with me. Again, I'm going to give you some time in just a bit to try it out and get in there. So I'm going to go to Google Tour Creator right here. And it says create a virtual tour. So you can see here already it shows the immersive experience, the 360. Might recognize that there. I'm going to click get started. And that signs me in to my Northside account. You can see again that I'm signed in to my Northside account here. The first thing I want to show you are some templates that are already in the Tour Creator program that other people have created, like experts. And I want to show you those just so you can get an idea. Jermaine and I are big picture thinkers. So we want to see like the big picture first and then kind of get down to, how to make that big picture. So I felt like the templates really helped me to understand what Tour Creator is all about. So I'm going to click on templates. And then I'm going to show you some of these that others have created. They're super cool. I do want to mention that you can actually use a template and you can take it and edit it and make it your own. So as far as the templates go, you might find one that corresponds to something that you teach, and you could make that tour a teaching tool. So you could use the Tour Creator to actually teach your kids a lesson. I do not recommend the kids to use the templates so much because I think I like them to start from scratch and really be creative. But as teachers, yes, like let's not reinvent the wheel. If we can use what someone else has created, I think teachers are masters at that. Let's use what someone else has created and edit it and make it our own and make it work for our kids and for our, what concepts we need to teach. So I'm going to just start with this top one, the 7 Wonders of the World. It has 7 scenes. And you can see here, this is kind of the title page, and it has the title of the tour. It has a little image here of, one of the pieces of the tour. And then it has information about the tour. Let me just show you here. This is fully editable. So I can come in here and I can delete this, and I can say what I want to say about this tour. So each piece is editable. Again, these are templates, so they're pre-created. I am going to show you how to create from scratch, which I think is the most powerful for kids, but I wanted to show you these for big picture. So let's say I'm going to go to the first scene, and right down here you can see the scenes. I'm going to go to the Taj Mahal. And we can see here, there is a 360 image so that the kids can kind of see what it's like there, and you can see all around. I am doing the same thing here that I did on YouTube 360, where I'm clicking and dragging. If you're on an iPad, it's a little bit more immersive. So basically, the way Tour Creator works is it's using the Google Street View 360-degree images, and you pop them into your tour, and then you add the research. So let's say your kids are researching something, they could find the images on the Google Street View, and I'm going to show you how to do that again. And then they can include their research. They can even narrate their research, so they can read this. Great for our ELLs, great, well, really great for anyone. And then they can also add these cool points of interest. So, you can have your kids create a tour and add these little points of interest. So I'm going to click on here just so that you can see. This is the point of interest, and it pops up and it lets us know about that. So again, your kids would be typing out their research, and I can click here as another point of interest, and the writing is here and the narration is here. Now I'm going to go to the next part in our tour, so the Great Wall of China. And so here it is, so cool. Check out these images, they're amazing. So I can see all the way around. Again, there's the points of interest here. And all of these images are, again, from Google Street View, like the Google Maps, basically. And so you're able to search for things. So I could search the Great Wall of China and I could find this image. I will show you guys how to do that as well. So this is a pre-created tour, but I did want to show it to you because I think it's super cool and I think it gives you an idea of that big picture. I'm going to go back just to get out of that and show you a different type. Let's see here. I'll do this one. So this is really fun for kids to create tours, all different things. They could read a book and create a tour of the places that the characters went in the book. Of course, you can use this for social studies. Yesterday when we did this session, we had some second grade teachers saying, oh my gosh, I'm going to have the kids find urban, suburban, and rural areas. Of course, the missions, different locations, landforms, those kinds of things are perfect for this. So I'm going to just kind of jump in here and show you these. Oh, looks like I'm frozen here. There we go. And look how beautiful that is. Okay, so I think you kind of see the big picture. What we're going to do right now is I'm going to give you some time to get signed in and to explore the templates. Then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you how to create something like this from scratch. That way you know how to create from scratch, so you could create teaching tours from scratch, and also you can show your kids how they can create from scratch. So let's take some time right now to get signed in. So let's see. Thank you. Mr. Todd just put in the chat the link to the actual website. And again, all we're doing right now is getting signed in and clicking templates, and then exploring the pre-created templates. That way you can see how it all looks, how it works, kind of navigation, because I think it really helps to see someone else's tour before you start creating your own tour. Okay, so I'm gonna give about 5 minutes for you to look at the templates that are already created and get signed in. I'm gonna go ahead and put a timer up. If you have questions, please feel free to drop those in the chat. Mr. Todd, do we have any other questions I can address before we get started with that?
There was just a question about images and accuracy, but I told them that we'll get to that once we
Yes.
go over the creating from scratch.
Perfect. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer and about 5 minutes, and then we'll reconvene and I'll show you how to create from scratch. All right, if y'all want to start making your way back to our meet. All right. So what did y'all think of that? Those are pretty cool, right? I see some of y'all have added in the chat how you might incorporate some of those templates that are pre-created. Again, great to use and edit and make it your own and use it as a teaching tool. But let's get into like the real reason that we're here. We want kids creating, right? We want kids to create, and I think the best way for them to make use of the Google Tour Creator is for them to create from scratch. That way they're incorporating that creativity, they're using Google Maps, they're having to use a lot of skills, lots of critical thinking in order to make this work. So let me just share with you how to do that. Oh, Julie, that's cool. I didn't notice for the solar system. She says it doesn't have the information. So, the kids could actually go in and write in the information. Super cool. Okay, so I'm going to show you these pictures really quick. So I'm sort of, sad that we can't go on a real vacation this year. So I'm kind of reminiscing about my vacation last year. We went to the Colorado Springs area. I don't know why that's not showing here. I'll just show y'all in this version. Went to Colorado Springs area. We saw lots of fun things. We went to the Garden of the Gods. We saw the cliff dwellings. And so what I wanted to do, this is my son, and this is me and my son. I was pregnant here. Some of y'all saw my daughter when we first started. She's 8 months already. I can't believe it. And then my husband. So I wanted to show you, since I've been on this vacation, I wanted to create a tour just kind of highlighting some of the locations that we went to when I went on my vacation. After I finish doing the tour, kind of little tutorial, I'm going to let you guys have a chance to try it out. And so be thinking about what you want to create your tour about. Do you want it to be about a past vacation, maybe your dream vacation that you wish you could go on this year but can't? And that way you can have something in mind that you're going to create. So when I'm in Tour Creator, instead of going to templates, I'm going to go ahead and create a new tour. And the first thing that I'm going to do is title my tour. So I'm going to do, oops, and this is the whole tour, not just one of the scenes, but the kind of broad whole tour. So summer vacation 2019, not 2020. You do need to put a cover photo, or you should put a cover photo. The cover photo is just that first photo that we saw, like I'm trying to think some of the different ones, like that solar system one, the very top cover photo that we saw. So I want to give y'all a tip with searching for images online. I could easily put one of those images of my family, so that would be cool. But you might not have a handy pick. So when you're searching for images online, I'm going to just show y'all one of the locations that we went to, which was Garden of the Gods, and it's like right outside of the Colorado Springs area. I'm just in a Google search, and I'm going to click images because I want to just find an image as my my cover photo. All of the rest of the images you'll actually find within Tour Creator, but this one cover photo is outside of Tour Creator. Okay, so I'm going to just choose one of these images. However, before I choose an image, I want to make sure that whoever has either taken that photo, drawn that picture, and put it on the internet is okay with me using their image. And we want to teach kids to do this too. We want to make sure our kids understand they can't just take any image online and use it. We want to make sure that whoever's created that image is okay with that. So when you do a Google search for an image, you click images here, click tools, and then click usage rights. This is where I can change it to labeled for reuse. And that's the one you want to choose in order to be able to use that in any sort of project, like a Google Slides, a Google Doc, a Tour Creator. We want to make sure that we're able to use that image. So when I click labeled for reuse, these images are actually going to change and be images that are okay for me to kind of take and use. So I'm going to click labeled for reuse, kind of refreshes the page, and you can see it's different images. And so I'm just going to choose, like, let's say I want to choose this one. All I'm going to do is save that image to my computer, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to click and drag it into my project. So I'm going to right click on this image and save image as. And it doesn't really matter where you save it. I'm just going to put it in downloads. I don't really like to put stuff on my desktop. So I'm going to put it on downloads, and I'm just going to say Garden of the Gods. And I'm going to save that image, and you can see that download pops up right here, which is awesome because when I go back to my tour creator, I can simply grab this image and drag it there, and then there is my image. This is where I can add my description. So for the cover page, you got to put a title, and you need to find an image. It could be a personal picture that you've taken that you just upload, or if you find it online, you want to make sure that that image is labeled for reuse. So once you've found an image, this again is just that cover photo. I'm going to click create at the bottom, which actually creates the tour and gets me started. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is add my first scene. So you can see here where it says add scene. First, I'm going to search within Google Street View. Remember I said those 360 images are part of Google Street View? Well, I love Google Tour Creator because I don't have to go outside anymore to find my images, only for that first cover photo. Now, all of the images are going to be within Google Tour Creator. So what I'm going to do is search for the location that I want. So I'm going to type in Garden of the Gods. And again, this is in Colorado Springs, right outside Colorado Springs. It's where we went for our little vacation last year. And so you can see here is the image. And if you take a look, this is the actual Garden of the Gods. That is the kind of landmark landform there. Very cool. And that's what we were on in that other picture. This one, my son is like up there on there. I did my best. I was like, I don't know how pregnant I was, but I was hiking during my pregnancy. Okay, so now I really like this 360 image because I feel like I can see, like it's a really good picture. I can see all the way around. And it's pretty perfect actually. So I could click add to scene, but I just want to show you really quickly that if it's not perfect, and sometimes it's kind of hard to get it to be perfect, but you can click on the person and hold it and drag it to a different location. So I've found that those little blue dots, you can kind of see them on my screen here, right where I'm hovering over. When I drop my little guy there, I can see a different location. Like, so this one looks like it's put me on top of the rock formation. Okay, so once I find a picture that I like, I think this is kind of cool to be on top of it. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm going to click add scene, and this actually adds this picture to my tour. So I'm going to click add scene here, and you can see here is my image, and it has the title here, Garden of the Gods. I can change this and take out that visitor center. I can add a description. Again, this is where your kids might put their research or say, you know, what they learned about this. And another thing that I can do is add some narration so I can read what I wrote. One of the ways that you can do that, you just have to get an online voice recorder basically. So I'm going to just model how to do that for you. And again, you're going to have a chance to try it out and do something on your own. So I'm going to open a new tab again, just to show you the voice narration piece. Online voice recorder is all I'm searching for. And here it is. It's very easy to use. I'm going to simply click on the microphone and start talking. And then I can save that audio file. So last summer, we went to Colorado Springs, and one of my favorite places that we visited was the Garden of the Gods. So I click that stop. This is my voice recording. Simply click save. You can see it pops up right here, which is awesome because now when I go back to my tour, I can click add narration and drag that file right here. Here is my file. I can play the file. I can click add and it adds it here to my tour. So I love how like streamlined it is. I feel like it's like super easy for me to add that scene narration. Very cool. The points of interest. Remember the little eye, the little interest points? You can add points of interest and you just move that little eye around and then you can describe that point of interest here. You can actually add additional images here of that point of interest. Those would actually be outside images that you found on Google or, took, and they're not 360, they're just kind of flat images. And then again, you can add the narration for the point of interest by going to your online voice recorder and adding the narration. Make sure that you add a scene title also. So I'm going to do Garden of the Gods because that's right here what it's going to show for the location. Like it had where we had the 7 wonders and we could see the different locations. Okay, so now let's say I'm done with this location and I want to add another scene to my trip. I can click there and then again I can come and search. I'm going to do Manitou Springs, which let's see if it will pop up. This is like the little downtown area. Remember in the image of the picture of my family, I mentioned these little cliff dwellings. So I can come here and I can see the cliff dwellings here. Let's see if it will take me there. There we are. Oh, I'm like in the cliff dwelling. Oh, this is so cool. Now, you can see some people in here. So these images are taken from multiple different things. Personal people can go on their vacation and they can actually use the Street View app and create 360 images right there. So you can do that. You can use your phone and you can create a 360 image using the Google Street View app. It's a little bit tricky to do it yourself and to add it to a tour. So I'm not going to show how to actually create the images yourself in today's training, but if you need help with that later, I'd be glad to help you with that. Just reach out to me. But I can use this image that someone else has created or taken, and I can use it in my presentation or in my, I love this. This is it feels like I'm there. This is exactly what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and add this scene as the second scene. And these were the cliff dwellings. Okay. So I can add a description. I can do all of those same things. One more thing I want to mention is you might have a specific place that you want them to be able to see when they first go to that scene. So let's say like this is the most important place that I want them to see, kind of that view. I can set a starting view. So what I'm going to do is just click here, set start view, and then I turn it to where I want it to be when they first click on that scene and click save. And now this is going to be the first scene, but they can still do that 360 and turn it around and see everything. So pretty cool. Again, all of those things are still there. To add a new scene, I would just click here. Again, I'm going to the Google Street View and I'm searching. One more thing that I want to mention is when you're completely done with your tour and you've finished creating, you're going to click publish, and that is going to make it where you can get a link. You can publish it publicly, you can make it unlisted and click publish, and then you can get the link and copy that link and then paste that link into Google Classroom or share it with your kids, or your kids can share it, and then we'll be able to see what they created. Okay, so I'm going to give you some time right now to go and try that out. The app that for creating your own 360 image is Google Street View. But again, I'm not doing a tutorial on that right now because it's a little bit more in depth than what we can do today. I am going to pop in the chat that blog post that I mentioned that shows step by step by step how to create, just in case you want to refer back to that. It does have a step by step. So for right now, what we're going to do, I know we don't have tons of time left. What I'm going to do is give you, let's do 10 minutes, and I'm going to have y'all go try it out. And then if y'all need a little bit more time, I'll give you a little bit more time. Okay. So we'll do 10 minutes. Jump in, see if you can create your own tour. You can choose what you want to create. You could do a vacation spot. National monuments are awesome. Different areas around San Antonio. Those are just some options where you can jump in and try it out. And even try adding that narration with that online voice recorder. I'd love for you to be able to try all the different things out so that if you have questions, we can answer them here together. All right, so we're going to get started about 10 minutes. Let us know if you have questions in the chat and have fun creating. All right, if y'all want to start making your way back. Okay, so what did y'all think? I hope that you were able, I know it wasn't a lot of time, but I hope you were able to at least kind of get hands-on a little bit with it and start creating. The kids get so excited about the 360 and being able to create their own tours, and especially creating from scratch. So hope that you guys enjoyed that. I want to share a couple other things, but first, I want to just mention, because I forgot to mention before, that your tours will automatically save, just like all the other Google stuff. So, like, let's say I had to get out, I would just exit out, and my tour will be there. When you publish, and if you want to publish your tour and share it with us, share the link with us, that would be awesome. When you publish, you can always go back and add to your tour later, but you'll want to republish it. And I think it's the same link. So the link doesn't change, but if you go back and add to it after you've published it the first time, you'll just want to click that republish button, that publish button again to save the new changes to the published link. So I am going to share with you a couple other things that I want you to know before we head out here, and before I'm going to put the attendance link in just a minute. One of the things that I know I mentioned before was just that idea of the virtual field trips. So since I know, again, we probably won't be doing many field trips this year, I do have a link for you guys to a PDF that has tons and tons and tons of virtual field trips that you guys can take and use, some even live webcams, some of those zoo ones, maybe you've seen them before. I just felt like this would be really helpful for you, especially for this year. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the chat, but also remember it is going to be emailed to you within this. I'm going to send this presentation to you, so it will also be emailed to you. Okay, so I wanted to let you guys know now, if you've already been in some of our summer summit sessions, you probably already know about this, because all of us are offering for our sessions an additional 2 hours of credit for doing this changing our practice activity. And the reason we're offering that is that we really feel strongly about coaching, and we really feel like having somebody there to help you to kind of transfer to the information to your practice will just be really helpful to you. So I wanted to show this little professional development outcomes graphic for you, just to kind of show you that research has shown that, you know, when you attend a professional development and you maybe get a demonstration, you might kind of catch on to it, but as far as transferring to practice, you're most likely to transfer that practice if you have someone there to support you, whether it's a tech coach or another colleague or someone there to kind of encourage you and support you in that. So I'm going to provide that. If you are interested, you can we're going to send you, again, in the follow-up email, we're going to send you this PDF. And I just want to kind of show you what it looks like so you can just be ready for it and understand what it's all about. Again, this is totally optional. We just wanted to try it out, see if people were interested in doing this type of coaching. The commitments that you would make if you decide to do this would be just to reflect, first of all, create a goal, and create a lesson plan. So how might you use, let's say, the 360 videos or the Google Tour Creator? And then if you need, now you don't have to, but if you need and you want some follow-up coaching, I'd be glad to provide that. And all you're going to do is do each of these things. You'll see that there's a link here for you to type in. So you'll get this document, you'll type in your reflection, and then you'll just turn in all of these items by Friday, July 10th. And then I'll give you the 2 extra hours of credit. So again, totally optional. We wanted to provide this for you though, in case you're interested in diving in a little bit deeper, checking things out a little bit more thoroughly. So let me know if you have any questions on that. I am going to post right now the link for the attendance for today's session. And I'm going to ask that you complete this. Honestly, like we're a few minutes early, I would love for you to go ahead and complete this right now. But you do have 24 hours to complete this form. And then I will post the attendance after that 24 hours. And then after that, I will send you the follow-up email that has the presentation and has the optional extra changing your practice activities that you can do for that extra 2 hours of credit. So I'm going to hang on here for a little while longer. So you're welcome to fill out the form and go. We're done with our session. But if you'd like to stick around and explore some more and ask any questions in the chat, you're welcome to do that as well. So thank you all so much again for your participation today and for joining in on our virtual reality session. I hope you got some goodies from it and are able to implement those in the fall when we're back in session. Hi, Terry, I can help you.
Great. I was hoping you'd be able to. Sorry, I'm a hot mess if you can
Oh,
see
you're
me.
fine.
I don't
That's
even
me
know.
always.
I just let my hair go today. I'm like, "Oh,
Summer hair, don't care.
it's all right. Yeah. Well, I went in the Google part. I got the title page done. I don't know if I can't see me, so I don't know if you can see me.
Yes, I can.
And I got the, I was going to do the Washington Monument because we went there and I wanted to say, oh my gosh, I could do my personal photos along with what was there so they can kind of see this is us, my
Okay.
family at the Lincoln Memorial, and this is the Lincoln Memorial, kind of like do
Yes.
it back and forth.
Mhm.
But I got the title description part page and I can't add another scene. I
Okay,
don't know where I'm stuck,
so when you're on the title page, did you click create tour at the bottom right?
Let me go see. I'm gonna go check it out
And
right
if
now.
you want, you can share your screen. I don't know if,
I don't know if I know how to do
okay,
that.
at the bottom, there should be a button that says present now. Like when you hover over the bottom.
Yes,
Okay, so click present now and then click your entire screen
my entire screen.
and then
Okay.
click on the little picture of your screen
Okay.
and then click, I think it just says share or share now or
Yes.
okay. There you are. All right. Okay, so then now go to your
I'm gonna try to
tour.
find a tab where I was at because there was a lot of
You're
tabs
like
going
me.
on.
I'm tab
I'm
crazy.
like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of tabs going on, and then trying to find a picture to download. I was like, okay, not this one. I think this is the picture I wanted for the beginning. It kind of
Okay, yeah, the
encompasses them
cover
all.
photo
That's
looks
my
great.
cover photo. So I'm like, okay, this is where I went to go get it. And this is where I'm at.
Okay,
Um,
I think I see what the problem is.
mhm.
Do you see at the bottom where your little downloads are and there's a little X by, so the very bottom of your screen on the very right, like right above
Okay,
the
right here.
time. Yeah, click that. I think it's just covering it. Okay, now go ahead. Okay, what's happening is your screen is too large and you can't see it. So at the very top right, um, down a little bit, there's 3 dots right next to your picture. Yep, click on it. And do you see where it says zoom 100%? Drop
Yeah.
that down to 90. Just like, yeah, click that. There you go. Okay, do you see it? It was a simple, I don't know, for some reason, like the dimensions of your
Oh, add
computer.
scene. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
something with the dimensions of your computer. That was a very unusual thing.
That happened to me as
Well, I
well.
might have clicked and hit things
Yeah.
the wrong way
I
and left things
No, I
magnified.
don't think so. I think it just is the size of the computer or something. I'm not really sure, but okay, so now you see the add scene. Now you can click add scene
Okay, so this
and
would be
yep,
the first thing I want. I think it's the first
there
thing I
you
wanted to
go.
do. Okay,
And
so
then if
I've
you want
add
to change the starting view, because I don't know, that starting view doesn't
not
scream
very, yeah.
what, yeah.
This
So
is, let me look around.
first,
Yeah, just a
first click set starting view,
right there.
and then it's going to move it. Yeah, click. Yeah, go ahead and click that. Now
And
move it,
then
and
right
then
there.
now click save. There you go.
Okay.
I think you're on
All
the
right.
right track. That was
Okay.
nothing you did. That was, I think, just kind of a
It was just like
your
I saw it on yours and I'm like, where's that ad scene?
yes.
Okay, good.
Perfect. Looks great.
Yes, and I have all my family photos where we did this exact
Oh,
trip.
that's great.
I
So
watched
then this
those
is what you're
exact
going to want to do.
uh-huh.
To add your family photos, you're going to want to probably add a point of interest with that blue plus sign. And
Oh, this right here. Okay.
yeah, and that's where you can add your actual like flat photos.
Okay.
Um,
So
so
then
yeah,
that would
do you see the
be
little picture? Yeah, so you can move it wherever. And then yeah, left. Yep, there you go. Then click there, and this is where you can add your
my
images. Yep.
okay.
So you would just select those from your computer.
Okay. Do I have to do this on here? Could I do it on an iPad or
I think you need
to
to be on
create?
your computer. I don't think you can create in Tour Creator on your computer. I think it gives you an error message and it says, please, go onto a computer. So
All
you
right.
would just maybe email those pictures to
Here's,
yourself or
okay.
pop them into your Google Drive, maybe.
All right. Okay, yeah, because then I can create the tour and then I can go insert
Yeah.
my photos.
So you could
Uh,
actually put multiple scenes of the same location, just different, like different
perspective.
pictures. Yeah. Because I'm sure that there's a lot more within the Google Tour Creator that are real close and far
Yeah,
away
no, I
so
know
that
this
they
was
can
kind of
kind of
far,
get
but I
perspective.
also, yeah, I wanted to explain the walking. You know, it
Yeah,
looked
right. Because it's tons of walking,
that was
right?
a lot of walking people.
Yeah, it is.
And I just want to see that, you can see it and then that's like it doesn't look as impressive out
Until
there
you
until you
get up
walk up to
close.
it and then you're
Yeah,
like,
you're like,
wow, that's
whoa.
tall. I teach kinder, so I like to show them
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's
I
little,
love that.
then we're going to get bigger.
They
So
will love it.
I
Awesome
think it'll
idea
be
of connecting your personal, just personal things and your kids can relate to that.
mhm.
So
All
very cool.
right.
Awesome idea. All right.
Okay.
Well, feel free to reach out if you need any help with this. And thank you so much again for
Okay.
attending today's session. Were you able to get the the attendance link and all that and fill that out?
Yes, I
All
did
right,
that.
perfect.
And
All right.
if I wanted to exit out of here, is it like a
You can click
save?
that little back button right where you have Washington, D.C.,
Uh-huh.
and it kind of takes you out of that specific tour and takes you back to your home page, or you can just click X
Okay. It's so,
and it
yeah.
saves, yeah, just like all
And
your
it just
Google.
saves automatically for
Mhm.
us.
Yep, it'll save automatically just like all the other Google,
Oh,
Google
wow.
Docs, and yeah, so
And this is where it will be housed. Like if I
Mhm.
want to put it on my drive, it won't go to my drive, or it will just be on.
It will be housed in Tour Creator until you publish, then
Okay.
you'll get the link, and the link is what you'll share to other people.
Okay. Well, now we have a summer reminiscing kind of fun.
Yes, that's how I felt this morning. I was like, "Oh, I wish I was in Colorado Springs."
I know. I heard your voice go, oh,
Yeah.
oh. It's like, yeah, me too. I wish I was somewhere else. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Thank you so much. Thank you again,
Take care.
Jermaine.
All
Uh,
right, no problem. You guys have a good one.
Thank
Thanks.
you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.